Hey, what's up guys? So today I'm gonna go ahead and install the custom-made drive shaft that we made for this car. We went to Drive Shaft Pros in Gardena and got a custom-made, custom-length drive shaft to connect our 480 trans to our 12-bolt differential. We went with the 3.5-inch aluminum drive shaft with 1350 yokes, which are the heavy-duty big boys. And I'll show you how that thing came out. It came out really nice, guys. And I actually take my measuring tape down there so I can show you guys how to measure it, or at least how I measured this and how it came out. Let me find a measuring tape. All right guys, so what we did right now is we installed the 1350 or 1320? 1350 yoke. So we're measuring for drive shafts, and we're gonna start measuring at the base of the seal here on the transmission. And
what
then
is it? I can't see what it is.
Are you straight?
Okay.
Let me see. To the
50.
I can't see. It's the 54 in the first little line, so that's
116.
116.
Yeah, 116.
54 116.
54, 116 exact.
All right, 54 116. Let me write it down. But you guys look at that. Just leaving Drive Shaft Pros in Gardena, and they did a hell of a job, guys. This thing is sweet. Pretty badass. I gotta give these guys a huge shout out. If you guys need a drive shaft, hit them up. They got me going, guys, in 2 days. They literally knocked this drive shaft out of the ballpark in 2 days, and I'll show you guys what we have going on here. All right, guys. So this is our drive shaft here. It's made by Drive Shaft Pros. It's a really nice piece, guys. I gotta take the tape off of here. I left it on there by accident. I'll take it off right now. You see, guys, this is originally what came on the car. It's really small, guys. It's kind of hard to tell, but this guy is tiny. So compared to this big boy, really big difference here. Let me see if I can show you guys there. See how that's flush right there? Look at, it's that much bigger, the whole finger. So these are 1350. I went with cast aluminum 1350s. Well, I couldn't afford the billets. If I could, I would have bought them, but it would have been over $1,000 for a drive shaft. More than that, actually, like $1,100 or $1,200. So this one was already pricey enough. And for the power level that we're doing, we'll be okay. Oh, let's get in there. All right. One thing you guys gotta look out for is you gotta make sure that, see that little tooth right there? Gotta make sure that you're in between those little tooths on both sides. See? Kind of hard to see, because if you ain't, you're in trouble. Because if you're not, you're in trouble, because it's not gonna sit flush. So, all right, okay, we barely have enough clearance. So over here, guys, you want to achieve a length of about 1 inch, per my understanding, which is what we got here. Show you guys here. Trying to do this with one hand. All right, come on. All right, there it is. See that? That's about 1 inch. So we got about 1 inch here. So what you want to achieve once your drive shaft is installed at right height, you see how I have my jacks right there, simulating as if the car was on the floor, raising my differential up as if it was sitting on the floor. So, and this is what I have. I have 1 inch spacing here. Now, check it out, guys. I got the new hardware here. Let's go ahead and install it. All right. right. Let's make sure we get the drive shaft bottomed out on both sides. Give that boy some milk. Alright guys, and for this bad boy right here, I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this red thread locker on here. I ain't trying to have this thing come out. And also what I did here is I ended up putting it in park just so it doesn't move on me, and I give it a nice little jerk. You don't want to do you want to do it tight, really tight, but not tight enough to where I break that little pressure washer. And I don't know what torque spec it takes, so I'm just gonna go super hand tight without breaking the washer. Yeah. Don't do as I do. That's tight. That's tight. Alright. So we got it nice and tight, and we didn't bust our little washer, so that's cool. Alright. Now we're gonna go ahead and put it back in neutral. Alright. Now that's back in neutral. We're gonna go ahead and spin it. Alright, now we're gonna put it back in park. Alright, put it back in park. And repeat the process. That's good. And it's this simple to measure and install a new drive shaft. Remember, when you change out suspension, transmissions, differentials, all that stuff, sometimes your pinion angle and drive shaft length change, so always double check it. I still need to check my pinion angle. This is how you check your pinion angle. You basically, bolt it up and see what you get. I don't have adjustable suspension, so it's not even worth getting into that. So I'm gonna leave it like this for now. It's decent. The angle is not too far off. But once we drop the differential to put gears in here, we'll redo the suspension, we'll put adjustable suspension on it, and then we'll adjust our pinion angle on point. But as of now, this should be good to get us to my friend's shop so we can wire the Holley Terminator X. So, yep. Alright guys, and for the e-brake, I just threw it on the back side of the exhaust for now, because it was too close right here. So for now, I'll figure something else out later, but right now we're on crunch time, so we'll just get it out the way. All right, so I tightened up the transmission mount on the bottom, on top. Let me double check the transmission cross member here, make sure it's good, and then we'll move on to the exhaust flanges. Once we do our exhaust flanges, we'll shift over to our ShiftWorks shifter linkage, and we'll finish that up. And from here, we can actually lower the car. All right, guys, so I just finished installing the throttle linkage here. Real simple. I had to use the bracket with a little angle, but the key here is to measure from the pin 5.5 to 5 3/4, which is where we're at. And you have to do this when the shifter is on overdrive and the transmission is on overdrive. So we did that already. Like, everything came out pretty good. The only thing that I had trouble with was this bolt here. It was a little bit stripped, so I had to get a longer one to give me bite, but it seems to be working okay, so hopefully it holds on. I ended up putting some Loctite on this inner bolt. Hopefully she holds. I kind of don't feel too comfortable with that one. I kind of wish there was a little something else. I don't know. Maybe what I do is I put a bolt going across just to make sure it doesn't back out, because, well, maybe that's what this is for. No, that's not what that's for. Let me see. Instructions say Remove console and install new shifter. I did that. Install new pan bracket and shift control lever on the transmission. Okay, we did that. Install the cable. The cable is adjusted at the transmission by moving the pin in the shift control lever. Okay. Put both the transmission and the shifter in overdrive. That's what we did. The distance from the pin to the face of the pan bracket should be about 5.5 to 5.75, which is what we got, 5 3/4. Adjust so that the cable eyelet can be freely removed when in gear, and so that the shift handle is properly engaged. All right, so that looks pretty good. I should say so. So we're at park, reverse, neutral, overdrive. Because one, came out good. All right, that came out pretty good. Let's go ahead and lower the car, and we should be good to tidy up all the front end and get it ready to go.